All of you join this stage, and we will become a member of our Trigonometry Club. And the next station is our highlight. Today we have 5 speakers, and all the speakers prepare before they giving a speech. So the first speaker is Jason, and Jason wants to emphasize that he is a freshman. And Siwan's speech is to organize your speech. So welcome Jason to deliver his speech. Jason.
One day, a person was walking on the street. Suddenly, he feels a serious pain in his body. Then, he found his head easily. Then fell it. He fell down. When he opened his eyes, he found himself in a hospital. Do you think you have nothing to do with this person? You are wrong. Because anyone here, anyone in Taiwan, even anyone in the whole world can be this person. What you are doing now is actually commit suicide and kill yourself step by step, little by little, even without any consciousness. My name is Jason. I'm the handsome one. I'm not Jason, okay? Okay, that's why it is so important for us to pursue the healthy body. So today, my topic is pursuing a healthy body and lead a healthy life. And I will provide you with 3 tips to obey to follow. First of all, eating more vegetables and consume less meat. Maybe you think, hey Jason, it's too simple, everyone knows that, and you are even not my parents. But well, I think we can emphasize the importance of eating vegetables too much, right? There are so many advantages of eating vegetables, such as improving your immune system, which can protect you from bacteria and virus, and it also prevents you from heart attack, cancer, and obesity. So, do you follow this tip? Follow right now, please. Okay, do you think it is enough to follow this tip? Yes, it's not enough, because we also have to do exercise. So, second tip, doing exercise. Doing exercise can help you keep in good shape. And just like Joanne has told us about the importance of jogging, and much more, it can make other people feel in love with you at first glance. I love you. Generally in summer, we have to sweat to get rid of, to remove the bad things, dirty materials, toxic materials out of our body. However, nowadays, we will stay in the room with air conditioner and prevent us from heat, rather than go out to exercise. So, why not just put on your sports shoes, and pick up a towel. Do exercise right now. Hey, wake up! Do exercise. Now, do exercise. Okay. Please start waiting. That's fine. That's fine.
Bye. 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 Next speaker.
Like 5 to 7 minutes.
Back to you.
I feel like I'm a freshman. So hot, really hot. And actually, I'm really a freshman. Okay. But how can we breathe the fresh air?
Go up again.
How can we cultivate vegetables without living in harmony with our mother nature? So here comes the third tip: living in harmony with our mother nature. Just imagine that if our air is totally polluted, when you do exercise, you actually breathe the bad things, the dirty things into your body, and even you sweat a lot. It's not enough for you to get rid of these bad things out of your body. And if our soil is dirty, how can farmers grow the clean vegetables for us to eat? Please think about these questions. What can you do for our mother nature, our earth, our home? What can you do for others, for yourself, and for your next generation? Please think about it. Okay, let me help you review the 3 tips I provide you with. Do anyone remember what the first tip is? Eating fat, eating more vegetables. Okay, repeat after me. Okay, eating more vegetables. Eating more vegetables. Okay, eating. Okay. Second tip. Oh, so. Yes, doing exercise and sweat. And third, living with what? Living in harmony with our nature. Thank you. And if you follow these 3 tips, you can pursue a healthy body. And can lead a healthy life. I sincerely hope everyone can learn something from my speech. And stop committing suicide and killing yourself, and especially Joanne, because I can't live without you.
Oh, thank you, Jensen. It is a very big topic. So we have to live in harmony with our environment. And who is the next speaker? Oh, I know it's Eva! Eva today is going to deliver his C3 speech, Bachelor Point. Good evening, Toastmasters. It's me, Eva again. Have you ever tried very hard preparing for a contest, a game, or an exam? But you make test, third problem, get up late, sacrifice having dinner with your good friends. In the end, you get anything but a prize. And you go home with ready to like the red eyes, or maybe certificate. 3 years ago, I joined a Taiwanese oral reading contest, but I failed in the international contest. And last time, I did feel really bad, but I did not cry. because I'm very angry. And I keep complaining to my friends whenever they were talking to me. Oh, you know, it's really unfair. I try so hard. I go to the Taiwanese prep school every day on summer vacation based on the poor speaking skills of Taiwanese. I have to pronounce every word at least for 100 times to make them right. And I also have to use a recorder to record what teacher pronounced. And the least worst, I'd like to hear from teachers were no again, no again, no again, no again, no again, no again. No, the threesome sounds like teacher were singing a rap song. To make you courage enough, I have to read the article to the audience, who were just passers-by or riders on the road. Again, it might feel I'm somewhat exempt, but think about it. What's the prominent I mentioned the most? The sadness of feeling exempted, or the process I've been through? Though I kept complaining, it was all about how hard I tried. I mean, the process. I remembered my throat broken, and sometimes I feel there was a fire burning my throat, and I can't stop it, but keep finding what's the difference between Xin and Xin. And, you know, it's really difficult. But finally, you know what's the difference between Xin and Xin? They were already carved in my heart. Let's take another example. Everyone here had to take an entrance exam. Think about it. What is the most you remember? Those difficult questions on the test paper that make you angry and want to tear the paper into pieces? Or those days you study with your friends day and night, discussing difficult questions on the dinner table, sometimes make us foolish as the interest, when you were all tired of studying. In my case, I treasure the latter ones most. The consequence is just a spark. It appears and flies away. But the process is what you will mention again and again and again to make it last forever. And we call it experience. So next time, when you have hard time to overcome the sad failure, think about it. What will your boss ask you when you go to an interview? What will he want to know? Nah, you didn't get any prize from us again? Or, what did you learn from the process? I believe he wants to know the process further. Back to TME.
Thank you, Eva. I believe that everything will pay off if you keep working hard. And the next speaker is Tim. He is going to deliver his C4 speech. And he is a very handsome guy. He didn't compose me to say that. Let's welcome him.
This is the song for the broken-hearted. The silent brave for the sad departed. I ain't gonna be just a step in the crowd. You gonna hear my voice when I shout it out loud. don't look at me with a frown. How did you think my song?
Great.
You think it's fantastic? You think it's great?
It's okay.
You think it sucks? What do you think? You think it's funny? What? I try my best to sing a song, and you think it's funny? Okay, fine. This is probably the situation about me. Every time when I sang a song, and then people did that to me. But I still love singing. So yes, singing is one of my favorite activities. Can you imagine how much love do I love singing? How about this? There's one guy, he loves to sing every day, every second, everywhere. And what he do? It's like, he can sing in a room, and he spend 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, up to unlimited. You won't feel tired. Even more, when he's on the way to school, on the way to everywhere, he still sing, even in the bathroom. So today I want to share a little bit about my adventure of singing. I still remember back to my high school time, when I was a freshman, my best friend and I always was singing together during the break time every day. Because we both of us fall in love with the singer called Jay Chou, Zhou Jieru. But every time when I was singing, he was laughing at me. I don't get it. But when he was singing, I was like, because when I was singing, and when he was rapping, so much different. So what happened on me? I was wrong in the lyrical. I was wrong in rhythm. I was wrong everything. What? Fine. But I still love singing. Okay. But in this world, still someone won't treat me like that way. My father and my mother. Like my mother always says, you say, hey, T, come here. You love singing, right? And keep singing. Singing louder, you know how to sing. Singing louder, you will know how to sing. Oh, well, I will know how to sing? Is that a plot? A judgment? Oh, that means I'm bad, right? No, never mind. And my father come to me and he said, hey, Tim, let me tell you, you should sing like this way. Use your stomach, push harder, move your voice from the stomach to the head. I accept that, and I do it. But I didn't get a point. I can't do that. But I still love singing. So I get into the Pingtung University. I joined the singing contest of my department every year. But I was brave. Why I say that? Because every time I go up to the stage and then go down to the stage, and my friend was like, I said, what? You are so funny! Everyone on the stage was laughing at you. Oh, this kind of applause. Well, maybe I think I should look a video of myself And I'll look at myself and say, hey, look this guy. I can't laugh it's because it's me. Okay. But I won't laugh. I think maybe I was just born in this way. A big town, a dark sound. I can't sing well. So in the end, I not care about people's comment. The judgment is nothing, because what I got is happiness. During singing, during this way, I can get a lot of happiness. I want it. So what I want to say, once you find yourself, you never give up. Even like me. Although I never have a wonderful performance on singing, I never quit. In the future, I want to keep going and singing and share the happiness to everyone. So right now, let me finish the song. It's my life, now or never. I'm gonna live forever. I just wanna live while I'm alive. Sing, it's my life.
Thank you, team. You are not funny. Oh, you are not only funny, but also funny. And the next speaker is Jason. Jason is also handsome. Oh no, it's not super. Okay, only handsome, only her. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or students, may I say. If I'm not correct, most of you here study at National Tongkong University. If you don't, well, I'm sure you study at elsewhere. And if you don't even study, well, I presume you have written an exam before. So let me get straight to the point. The past week, this coming week, and the following week, all you university students have midterm exams. And, well, while you're writing an exam and you think, no matter the situation, your body will always move, constantly moving. I don't know, it's pain, it's scratching, you touch your hair, when you think, you cannot sit still and think on a question that you're stuck. And, well, today here's a few things that I want to share.
Come on the chair.
Today, here's a few things I want to tell you guys, show you what to do when you're in an exam. First thing is that you sit down and you receive the paper. The first thing that happens is you will breathe. And hand the paper to the guy behind you. And you will look at your papers. But I don't know for you, but for me, it's a whole different story. Maybe when you receive the paper, you'll feel more relieved than think, gosh, finish this exam and get it over and done with. But for me, it's different. I get my paper, I look at it, and I think, that is the first thing most of us do when we get an exam paper. The second thing is something I like to call this. I know all of you know what this is. It's a pen, obviously, but I know, what you know that you do with this? You play with it. Asian people love playing with their pens. I don't know why. They love doing this. Just sticking. And when they think, and twist the pen. It's like they're having a pen competition while they're writing an exam. And if you don't know how to do this, I'm sure you also know how to click. You have clicking. And if you don't like to click, maybe if you don't have a clicking pen like this, you would bite the pen. You'll constantly bite it and think like this. And then bite it. And then write your answer. There's always these movements we do when we think in an exam. Alright? So that was the second thing. The third thing, the last but not least, a movement like this. I don't know if you're trying to feel a fever or something, but it's funny. Most of us do these movements, but we don't recognize it, including me. I don't know that every time I get to a question, I always have this pose. You know, it's like we cannot sit still and think. We have to feel, touch, do something while we're busy thinking. And if you don't do that, you'll make yourself look like a total retard. Because you won't be sitting there with a pen and a paper in front of you and think like this. You would actually play with the pencil, feel your body, touch your hair, the head. You know, if I was to sculpt a picture, paint a picture of someone thinking, I'll never paint a picture of someone thinking like that. I would actually sculpt something more intelligent like this. Or this. Or this. It looks more intelligent, and we are naturally born to do that when you write an exam and think. Yeah, you see you guys are laughing, you do that. Yeah, and it's constantly touching your legs, body, feel the heartbeat sometimes. And I know most of you rub your ears, play with your mouth, your nose, and you always rub your eyes. But if you had to close yourself while you're busy doing these movements, you would actually pick up the phone and call 110. That's the number in Taiwan. 110 and say, hello, I'd like to sue this man for sexual harassment. He's touching me all the time. And see, sexual harassment is what most people do in an exam. But here's another thing I found out. As people tend to hit themselves in an exam, they constantly hit the head and think. I don't know, it's like one of those Korean movies where the main character loses his memory with a sudden hit, and then he'll gain it back with another sudden hit. And I don't know if this is what happens in your head. If you hit your head hard enough, you'll remember what you've learned. And if that was a fact, I'm sure that the school needs to provide something called the Tri-Me-Wall. The Tri-Me-Wall. Proceed with caution. You would actually, this is how the Tri-Me-Wall would go. So, may I please excuse myself to walk? Thank you. Oh, the equation to this question is y equals mx plus c. So these are the few things that we normally do in an exam. And yes, of course we do those things, but besides that, let's talk about something that isn't so embarrassing. Let's talk about something that we may do, like something like this. I'm not talking about cheating. You play with your pen, and you drop it, and you pick it up. But watch your eyes. And the next thing is stretching. The third thing, raise your hand. And while the teacher's not looking, yeah. Those are the few things you can do in an exam. but I haven't tried those myself. So if you were to try, please don't. Remember one thing: professionals only. Thank you.
I have to clarify that I never do that. Because I think the most common situation is sleeping, dreaming. And the next is our break time, but before break time we have guest introduction. Guest introduction. Oh, yeah. Sorry, teacher.
You forgot my speech.
I'm sorry, teacher. Teacher is my God. Teacher.
I am your grandfather now.
Let's welcome teacher, my grandfather, also your grandfather.
Alright. Well, first of all, I have to apologize to everybody. I didn't exactly prepare a very good speech today because I didn't really write anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a few questions to come up with the outline of my speech. Now, first of all, let me ask, how many of you are guests? First time coming to Toastmasters? Please raise your hand. Okay. And how many of you have just finished your C1? Please raise your hand. Only at your C1. Okay, now I know who to ask questions for. Now, how many of you have problems preparing for speeches or presentations? Please raise your hand again. Wow, a lot. Okay, now let me ask a few of you, especially the guests and the C1 speakers, what exactly problems do you have? Like, let me just start with you guys. Let me just ask like one question. Like, what exactly is the main problem like when you have when preparing for a speech? You can say in Chinese or English or whatever. Information collecting. So like more like topics. Okay, thank you. Now, Julian? Yes. Which problems do you usually have when it comes to writing a speech?
Right.
Other than choosing the topics, because she already said that.
You say writing about my draft or all the
everything, preparing for a speech.
I think it's
Appearance. What do you mean appearance?
Actually, a great topic, a meaningful topic is the most important part.
Other than the topic.
Other than the topic, the resource and the example and the story to support your main point.
Like giving an example. Okay. Now, Eva.
Yes.
What problems do you have when you're writing your speech?
Where to start?
Where to start? Everybody is talking about topics. Okay. Mike.
A strong conclusion.
A strong conclusion.
Yeah, how to make a strong conclusion. It's easy to write down everything, but it's hard to conclude all the things you want to talk.
Everybody's talking about structure, making my speech hard to do.
Alright. Can you raise this board up just a little bit? I actually thought that many of you actually also have problems with expression and also with English as well, not only with the structure, because that's a very different aspect of the speech, especially when English is not your mother language. Now, the English part I think I'll just skip over really fast, because most of us are here to improve our English better, well, some of us. And I think for the English part, it's mostly just increasing vocabulary and keep practicing. For the new members that are here, I would suggest to you, like, every week, maybe you can look up one word, and then during our meeting, whether it's in a special session, guest introduction, or table topic, try to use that word. Because I think English is one of the basic aspects of Toastmasters. You need to keep practicing and increasing your vocabulary, not only just increasing your vocabulary, but also knowing how to use them before you can actually use those words within your speech. A lot of you guys, like you said, you have problems with finding good examples or finding good conclusions, but you also need a good English basis to connect everything together. But so first of all, just learn to practice more of your English. Look up more words, and most importantly, learn how to use them better. And the next part is what most of you are talking about, I think, is the overall topic. How do you choose a topic? Now, normally we would choose a topic with our everyday life. Like today with our topic, like Jason talked about living healthily. Most college students doesn't live healthily. Most of us are students here. So most of us will be talking about topics that pertains to college students. So we have living healthily, and Eva is talking about, you know what we're talking about?
Process is more important than the...
Process is more important than the ending. Alright. Yeah, I'll treat her to dinner. And Jason was talking about like thinking during tests. Most of these things have to do with college students. So now, what I want you guys to do is help me come up with a major topic for a speech right now. Okay, which one is the new one? Okay, one of my seniors all the way in the back. Give me a topic that has to do with college students. Any topic. Like college or taking exams.
You're asking me or...
I'm asking the guy behind you.
Yeah, because everyone's doing
University? Universal. Okay, let me pick somebody else. Edward, give me a topic. Like over university students or students that are within our age. Like choosing classes. Okay. I'm gonna write down here. Give me a pen. Alright. Choosing classes. Most of us have to choose classes during the beginning of every semester, but what else is there to choosing classes? What are the other parts? Like this is our main point, this is our main topic right now. So what are the other parts of choosing a class? Alex, what are the other points, like other aspects of choosing a class?
What class do you want to choose?
What kind of class do you want to choose? Like which subjects? Which subjects are you want to choose for a tax? Like the subjects that you take. Okay. Sorry, Snow White, I'm writing over you. Okay, other than subjects, what else is there? What else do you need to know when you're choosing a class? Mike.
Professor.
Professor, exactly. Other than subjects and professor, what else is there?
Number of girls.
I like that one. So now you have your main topic, and then you have a certain, like, what do you call, like, small subtopics under that main topic. So using this formula, you can basically come up with a decent speech already. So what would be like a good beginning for this speech? Let's see who can help me with this. Straight. How would you begin this speech, choosing a class?
Online world.
Online world.
Choosing the class, we have to use the and before the choosing stuff.
That's not exactly. I would say we need a strong opening. Most people, like what Straight did just now is he went straight into the topic. But what we really need is a strong topic that can capture the entire audience. Usually when you have a topic and you have the subject already, you have good material. But what some speakers neglect to realize is, usually you need a strong opening to capture the audience before you can make the rest of your speech. Like, what I would give a good example is like what Jason did. Like what Jason did today, he walked out from the back of the stage to the front. It's something unexpected, and it's something that like he spoke from the back all the way to the front. And using things that are different like that, you can capture the audience's attention. Or also what Tim did. Tim stood in front and he silently stood here and looked at everybody. When you silently look at everybody, the audience would be thinking, hey, what is the speaker thinking? Or maybe he's speaking too small. Let me listen closely to what he's saying. But actions like that capture the audience's attention. Or even when you're asking a question, like when you ask a simple question, when I ask in the beginning of my speech, what gives you the most trouble when you're writing a speech? It creates thoughts within the audience. It makes you think more when you're writing a speech. So let me ask another member, what would be a good opening for choosing classes? Okay, Tim. Yes. What would be a good opening for choosing classes?
Ask people to think about the good class before.
A good class before?
Yeah.
Ask people to think about good class before. Or maybe
What you look like. What the class is like.
what the class looks like. Okay, begin with the question. And then when you usually begin with a question, you basically have a good enough opening. Because you have the main point, you ask a question, if you ask a question, you usually ask do you usually have problems choosing the right classes? Do you usually have problems with finding the right professors, the right subjects? Or maybe there are too many guys in your classes. So my speech is talking about how to choose classes. Now the first point is you have to learn your subjects. You have to know which subjects that are good for your major. You have to know which subjects that are good for your future, the things that you have to learn. And then you have to get used to the professor. Which professors are easy? Which professors are the ones that give only homeworks or projects? And of course, the class selection system is very easy. You just click on one button and you can see the number of girls within your classes. So in the end, using these criteria, you can know the best way to choose your classes. And that's your speech right there, just a short amount of speech. So just using a simple formula and learning how to utilize different aspects of the speech, then you can create your speeches and the topics. Now when you say strong conclusion or strong structures, there's also another thing that you have to use to create that drama, that strong point within your speech, which is what I would call theatrics. You need to combine actions and pauses during your speech. Many of you say you have problems choosing your topics, choosing your speeches. But what I think is, when you finish writing your speech, many new speakers do not know how to express it correctly. By express, I mean there are different parts of your speech. In Chinese, speech is called 演讲. 演, which means acting, and 讲 means speaking. So a speech is actually a performance of half acting and half speaking. Neil, can you bring down the screen again? I'm going to actually show I'm going to show a short part of the speech of a very famous speaker in Taiwan who is also in Toastmasters. Her name is Sammy Su, and is the screen turned on? Okay. Start over. Alright. Alright. Now, why did I show everyone her video? Now, Sammy Su is one of the most, I would say, the professional speaker in Taiwan. Reason being is she has very little details within her speech. Many times during speeches, new speakers would like just blah blah blah, like speak a lot of words like how I usually do, and your hands would usually fling all over the place, and they would move all around the stage frantically. But what Sammy Su can do is she can actually, if you notice, during her speech, most of her words flow with a very good control. Like it's very smooth, and at certain points she would pause at the exact right moment where audiences would laugh. Not only that, during her speech you can see her hand gestures are very exact. You see her hands move from one posture to another very quickly. Like she would do something like this, and suddenly move her hands like this. All of these hand gestures are not just random. She planned them. She learned how to use the exact hand gestures and these subtle movements to bring out her point even more. These subtle movements may seem simple, but it's actually very hard. You need to learn how to use the exact details to bring out your speech. And the other point I would think is the theatrics. This is all theatrics, this is all acting. But the acting part is also very important. Like how Tim today was acting as his parents or his mothers, or how Sammy Su was acting as her mother. Adding these vocal variety within your speech creates more of a drama, and it makes the audiences more interested within your speech. Now, many of these things come with practice. And one thing is you can never be shy on the stage. Today, many of you stand on a stage, if you're too shy, nobody would ever notice exactly what you're speaking. So always learn how to express yourself a lot on the stage. It's better to overact than to underact. Okay, just to sum it up just a little bit. So when you're writing a speech, when you have problems, just follow these 3 steps. Try to improve your English and increase your vocabulary more and more so you can have more words to use during your speeches. And just follow the simple steps of coming up with a topic, just coming up for everyday life, the main topic and subtopics, and coming up with a strong beginning and a strong conclusion. Then you can have a basic structure for your speech. But most importantly, learn how to express your speech using vocal variety, strong gestures, and theatrics. Alright, and that's the end of my speech. And if anyone has any problems, you can ask me afterwards, or if you need me to be as your evaluator, I should be here until next year, probably. Only next year. Alright, thank you everyone, and back to TME.
It's very educational, and I saw that video many times. Every time I see, I was very And next is our break time. Get control to our president, Edward.
Sorry, our time is a little limited, but we still have to move on to our guest introduction. I would like to invite